Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this week's list. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's Genesis Quarterly. And in that vein, we're going to start right out with another Liberty nickel. This one not a gold CAC, though, by the way. And let me apologize in advance. This video is probably going to be a little bit longer than normal because there's some kind of cool coins to talk about. And we can geek out a little bit numismatically. Anyway, 1898. Perfect holder, perfect looking coin. Very, very nice. Probably didn't gold sticker, not because of hairlines, but because of just not quite enough pop. Certainly not a rare coin, but it has all the bells and whistles. Little tiny bit of toning on the reverse. Where's my pointer? I can't find it. I'll use a pen. But you can see right in there, there's just a little bit of toning. So just want to make sure that nobody thinks that it's completely blast white. It has just a little bit of it certainly is original. That's the main point. So anyway, I just looked at overall comps about what these are selling for, and I'm asking $800, which is strong, but it gives you an opportunity to buy one of these really cool rattlers that came from this very special set, and $800, and it's yours. All right, next up, there was so much interest in that 1930 nickel that came out. I think it was last week's Commander's List. Maybe it was 2 weeks. Anyway, I had like 6 orders for it. I actually had 2 in inventory. The one that sold the other day was a 66 with toning. This is a 65 OGH that is just blast nickel white, also CAC. Gray sheet is 174, CPG is 225. If you look at APRs and the demand on this kind of coin in this price range right now, I think it'll go very quickly at $250, which is what I'm asking. Not a lick of toning on this thing, but very, very, very original. These things used to come in rolls like this. You could pull them out and get them graded, and that's what it looks like it came from. All right, this is a cool coin to talk about. 1920S. Okay, Standing Liberty Quarter Bubbas who deal in full strikes know that there are really 3 big full head coins that are brutal. 1919D, 1920S, and 1926S. Those are the ones at least that come to mind off the top of my head. I apologize if I'm not quite knowledgeable enough in that field, but I'm pretty confident in it. That's the ones I look for at least. So this coin is not quite a full head, but it is very close. I can't get it to zoom in anymore, but you can see there's a full delineation on the bottom part of the helmet. There are parts of 3 of the leaves, and then there's no ear hole. So you got to have those 3 things to make it be a full head. That being said, this coin is very, very close to being full head. It does matter for the strike. And this coin in this grade with original surfaces like this, it just kind of softly glows. First of all, it could easily dip out as a 55. It's just, I don't think there's been an auction in any 55 or 53 in CAC since like 2011 or 2012. So CPG is $290. I would bet my bottom dollar that this coin will fly off and be the first sale at $350, and somebody will still be thinking that they got a steal, which that's how difficult this coin actually is. So anyway, $350 for the 1920S, and please put it in your memory banks. 19D, 20S, 26S. Anytime you can look at a raw coin in AU or above on those dates, it's well worth trying to cherry pick it, because a lot of people don't know. All right, 1939S and 66 gold CAC. Wowzer. Look at this coin. It's about as close to flawless as you can imagine a Walker being. Blast white, obverse and reverse. Really nice. We talk a lot about on this show about always looking at this axis. Tiny little couple ticks right there. Perfect right obverse field, perfect left obverse field, really nice sun. And then on the Eagle, the really cool thing about this, I don't think it adds any value. Maybe there's some Walker, variety collector. There's a wicked die crack that runs all the way from here down into in between the Eagle's legs. And this coin is really, really special. OGH 67 plus plus plus. It could easily 68 in an NGC holder. I do not think it's a 68 CAC coin. A 68 coin in general, the gray sheet is $16,000. The last 67 plus sold for $77.50. That was a 67 plus CAC. It actually sold for $7,500. I'm selling this coin for $7,750. You might think that that's expensive, but I mean, I will crack the coin and I will send it into NGC to try to get an 8. I have no reservations with that. This coin is beautiful, and for those that want to preserve the plastic and get the gold CAC and the coin stays the same, $7,750. An amazing monster headlight coin. All right. Lafayette in 62, numismatically significant because it's the only real classic commemorative dollar. Obviously, there's lots of them now. So for those of you that are not familiar, there's 2 people on the front, not just Lafayette. Lafayette's on the right. G-Dub, as we like to say, is on right next to him. They were obviously pretty important allies before Lafayette ended up going back to France, by the way, and didn't have as much success in revolutionary France as he did in revolutionary America, but that is a totally different story. But if you don't know the story, I highly recommend you looking up what happened to Lafayette during the French Revolution. But anyway, thanks to the French for their help. And on this coin, big, hard to find in high grade, coin could easily be a 3. But I like it just the way it is. I'm asking $1,450, which I think is in line with what most of these are selling for when they're really nice and they're not toned. OGH CAC. And then finally, finishing up with one of my favorite sleeper gold coin dates. So another one about, we talked about the Stand Liberty quarters, about what to look for. If you're out in the wilds and you're looking for raw coins and the dealer brings out the local shop, any coin, half eagle, 94, 95, 96, 97, all San Francisco mints. Those are coins that if you can buy them anywhere near melt, you should absolutely do it because they are really difficult to find. I always snatch them up. I bought this coin in an NGC Mint State 60 holder. I sent it to CACG for a cross at 58 or better, and it crossed exactly where I thought it would. It's just got really nice original skin and luster. It was clearly not a Mint State coin, but it is an AU58 all day. It has great eye appeal. And just to give you an example, for the 94, 5, 6, and 7 run, this is the CAC populations, 22, 46, 26 for this coin, and 28 for the 97S. If you look at the big 4 in the CC5s, it's 29, 41, 19, and 15. Starting with 1870 CC, that's what are the big 4? 70 CC, 71, I guess 73 and 78 in my head. Doug Winter, if you're listening and I screw that up, slap me. I'm not saying that these are as rare as, the CC mints. I mean, they just weren't sent in as much because there's not as much of a financial incentive to do it. But they are rare, they are undervalued, and I'm asking $1,100 for this coin, which is, what, $300 over melt? It's like stupid cheap. So anyway, I hope you like what we're doing here. Subscribe to the channel, tell everybody that you can, and until next week, happy hunting.